Today we have a negative balance on IGST. The Council decided that to finalize the way forward, a committee under the chairmanship of the Additional Secretary Revenue will be set up. Universities established by a law of the central government, universities and research centers established by a law of the state governments, those institutions which have obtained income tax exemption, they shall not pay GST. Reduction in the GST rates on specified cancer drugs. It's being reduced from 12% to 5% in order to further reduce the cost of cancer treatment. There is a committee of secretaries also decided today for the purpose of explaining and also deciding on how to take the IGST forward. A detailed discussion was held because today we have a negative balance on IGST. So in this regard, the Council decided that to finalize the way forward, a committee under the chairmanship of the Additional Secretary Revenue will be set up with officers of both state and center. You know, now there is a lot of balance which has to be retrieved from states who had excess IGST given to them over the period. So to discuss that, there will be a committee of secretaries who will explain how this whole thing has worked. There was also this request again from Karnataka Finance Minister that the formulation, the modus operandi of IGST, how it works, how it is calculated, how it is used for deploying resources, may again be explained to whoever wants. There is no compulsion that everybody, some ministers felt that they would want to understand it better. So Revenue Secretary would have an informal meeting as and when they want. Not in person, whoever wants it, they can come on a video and talk to him to understand how IGST works. At the moment, the negative balance, which has to be retrieved from some of the states which have had excess payment done, will have to be done. But the committee of secretaries, committee of officers will decide on to take it forward as to how. And that will have officers both from the center and state. So these are the committees and some of the decisions which have been given to committees, some with a very limited time span. I again remind you, on the medical insurance, they'll have to come back by October. The Council has today decided that funds given for research to state-affiliated universities or universities which are which have come about with state laws, or universities which have come about with central laws, or those institutions which have obtained income tax exemption. So three categories. One, universities and research centers which have been established by a law of the central government. Two, universities and research centers established by a law of the state governments, or those institutions which, as a third category, those institutions which have obtained income tax exemption can receive research funds both from public, which is government, and from private, and they shall not pay GST. They are exempted from paying the GST. I would highlight is reduction in the GST rates on specified cancer drugs. You will recall that in the budget we had cut down customs duties. Now GST rate on cancer drugs are also being brought down. It's being reduced from 12% to 5% in order to further reduce the cost of cancer treatment.